Financial planning considerations for families. Hi, my name is Christian Dye from Latitude West Financial, and in partnership with David Cummings Insurance Services, we'd like to present you with some ideas for young families. So, financial planning, why is it necessary? Well, nobody wakes up one day and says, "Today I'm going to ruin my life." Unfortunately, some people wake up and their lives are ruined. Why? There is poor planning and there isn't enough time to recover from it. So when do you start financial planning? In your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s? The quick answer is as soon as possible. It doesn't matter which stage of life you're at. You always need to start the planning sooner rather than later when you have a family. So what has the latest crisis taught us? To be prepared. Life is unpredictable. How financially prepared are you for retirement, a disability, a loss of a job, a downturn in investments? If you know the answers to all of these questions, then you're probably ahead of most, but everyone always needs to check to see where they are financially. So consider this. Imagine if you entered into a new city, such as New York City, and you had all of these different places that you wanted to see, but you were only there for a short period of time. What is the first thing you would do? You would get a map or an app of some sort to figure out which direction you're going and the fastest way to get there. That's what financial planning is, right? Financial planning is getting a roadmap to see, are you hitting the targets for the goals that you've set out? What numbers do we need to know? What does the number 27,375 mean to you? Well, to a retiree, this is how many meals they will need in order to live another 25 years after retirement. 3 meals per day, 365 days per year, and 25 years approximately is their retirement. Now let's imagine that you had $10 per meal on average. This would mean you would need $273,750 in today's dollars just to eat. If we put a 2.5% inflation rate, a male age 40 currently by 65 would need about $500,000 just to eat in their retirement. So this is some of the things that we like to do as a review, just to see where they're at. There's other expenses such as transportation, housing, travel, medical expenses. So what we do is we need a game plan. What's a good game plan? One with an offense and one with a good defense. Offense is our investments, seeing if they're growing accurately, seeing if we're going to have enough. Defense is protecting our assets. This is through insurance, this is through will planning, this is through job security. So how are your investments doing? Do you invest on your own through ETFs, index funds, maybe, or using a bank advisor? What are the financial targets? Getting a down payment on a home, perhaps an early retirement? Do you know where you stand and how far you are away from your target? Are you on track? So what we do is we ensure that our clients are on track. Figure out the age that you're at currently. What is the rate of return you're currently getting on your investments? What's our projected retirement horizon? And will our money last? We then figure out if they are on track. And if they are not on track, we then make recommendations to get them on track. We're able to show this graphically, so it's easy to understand. We make scenarios and adjust those scenarios for our clients to ensure that they are on track. So if there is a new strategy or changes that need to be made, we would present them to our clients to make sure they understand our recommendations. What will you leave behind? Are you prepared in case of an accident or an illness? Has your will been put in place? Has it been updated? Is your insurance adequate to cover in the cases of an accident, an illness, or a death? People are often overinsured in the wrong areas. An insurance and will review is important to do regularly. What you don't want to do is have your legacy be a financial nightmare. What we do is take a look at the actuarial risk behind you dying, being disabled, or critically ill before the age of 65 in your working years. We show our clients to ensure that they understand what our insurance recommendations are. We take stock of their current situation with their family, their kids, their income, as well as what needs to be left behind in order to financially not cause any disruptions. We then make our recommendations. We integrate this with what you currently have through work or personally own, and then we see what the shortfall is and show you options to do so. So an insurance review, incredibly important to ensure that we are protecting our greatest asset, which is of course ourselves. Who will decide? Let's say you have $500,000 in stocks, $1 million in insurance, and 3 young kids. If something was to happen to both you and your spouse, who do you want to decide of who gets what? You or a judge? If the answer is you want to be able to decide who gets what, then you need a good will. If you don't have a good will, or if you haven't updated it recently, I highly recommend that you do this promptly. So at Latitude West, we have a process. We have a 4-step process starting with a discovery meeting. Our discovery meeting doesn't cost anything. It's you discovering us and what we can do for you, and us discovering your scenario and the areas that we can help. This is an important meeting that I highly recommend people take advantage of. We can do this online. It doesn't have to be in person. If we do decide to move forward, that would allow us to go to our navigation meeting, where we could discuss the planning as well as how to implement it. So our Latitude West team is made up of high-end advisors that are there to serve you. We work as a team, and we want you to take advantage of our service offerings. So why is a plan necessary? All of the problems of this world could have been solved when they were small. Regardless of what your financial issues are right now, they are still small. They will get bigger if they are not addressed quickly, though. So a new direction. Life has many challenges, but what you do with the challenges is what defines our conquests in life. Do you have your financial life in order? What questions do you need to move forward? Fortune favors the prepared mind. So, if you're ready to talk, I invite you to do one of our discovery meetings complimentary. Connect with us at assistant@latitude-west.ca or at 604-202-9178. So, I hope to speak with you soon. Thank you.